I'm Evelyn Ristley for TechCrunch, now July 23rd. So forget the iPad and its fancy $500 price tag. Try a $35 tablet. Sound absurd to you? Well, the Indian government has just announced that they've been able to crack the code in creating a $35 tablet with web browsing, video conferencing, and word processing.
उसमें जो चिप है, दो प्रोसेसिंग है, कनेक्टिविटी है, वो मिल मिला के $35 की बनती है, including display and everything.
So is this more fact or fiction? Well, joining us right now is Devin Coldewey. He's a reporter for Crunch Gear and coming in live from Seattle. Thanks for joining us, Devin.
Hey.
So what do you make of this $35 tablet? There was a lot of fanfare for this in India, more than 600 articles on the web and counting. Do you think that this is actually going to materialize?
Well, they're making a lot of promises, but promises are easy to make, and even though they kind of showed a prototype, they didn't actually show any of the parts that really matter to people who want to know, like, well, how is this going to be manufactured? What kind of numbers are we talking about here? They didn't actually reveal anything. They made a lot of promises about what it's going to be able to do, but they didn't really say how they're going to be able to hit that price point.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned $47 for the actual prototype that they were showing, but they didn't really say, like, oh, and also we have this much money going into R&D to make it down to $35 or $20, their other goal. They say that they can put one together for about $50, but I really don't know if that's, where are they cutting the corners there? You have to ask.
Yeah. So, Devin, the question is, what is going on in India? The government in particular seems to have this obsession with creating really cheap products and technology. They've promised in the past, like a $10 laptop, or what people thought was a $10 laptop, and
yeah,
that never even came close to materializing. So why do they keep trying to overpromise on cheap products?
I think what it might be, and this is just speculation on my part, but I think that what they want to do is they want to get, like, they see a promising project, like in the $10 laptop case, which was in fact a $100 laptop. They had a publicly funded, university that had a really good project going on. They're like, well, we can put together a laptop for $100 or whatever, or $150, and probably the government wants to say, okay, if we can get some interest in this from some, corporate stuff abroad, if we can get some international money, we might be able to make some deals and actually get this thing out, and then we'd have a internationally acclaimed, Indian piece of hardware that's going all over the place. So I think they're kind of hyping up their own semi-private projects and trying to get some attention to them. But I don't think that they actually have anything just yet. I think they're hoping that they can put out a $35 laptop or tablet if they get the attention that they need. And they have to get the attention they need by having a big press conference and showing off the tablet and everything like that.
Yeah, and they'll eventually need to manufacture which they clearly don't have yet at this point. So the idea of it is great. A $35 tablet in India would be an amazing resource for students in India, college students, high school students.
It'd be huge, but really what we're talking about is kind of like a holy grail for getting computers out there. It's kind of like what Microsoft wanted to do is get a computer in every sort of middle-class home, and they did. And now the goal is to get a computer in every, child that is born. Everybody should have a computer, and that's a great goal. And it's kind of like the one laptop per child project's goal. But it's not really realistic right now. It would be hugely transformative. And I mean, to think that everybody could have their own thing with their own like textbooks and stuff on it, and could call home or have access to the entire internet. That'd be huge, and I wouldn't even want to speculate on the repercussions of such an incredible device, but I don't have to because I don't think it exists yet. So,
when do you think it could exist? When do you think the code will be cracked for a sub $50 tablet or computer, and who do you think is going to be behind it? Is it going to be like a government like India, for example, or is it going to be a private institution that decides it wants to create something for the developing market?
Well, I'd look to Google, because Google's strategy has always been to get itself out there at whatever cost, at negligible cost to the consumer. So they're like, somebody like Google is willing to eat the cost of providing Chrome OS or something like that, or Android or whatever, for a bunch of tablets, and accept almost no profit off, right off the top. But that's just sort of speculation. But within, like, I'd say within 2 years, you're going to have that kind of all-purpose device, like a sort of iPhone for everybody, a sort of personal computer that you can take anywhere. You're going to have that kind of thing that is going to cost less than $50. I mean, prices are going down like crazy. You can get a a 6-inch tablet or something like that, or a e-reader for $150, $100. The prices are definitely coming down, but to the point where you can sell 100,000 of them in an impoverished area.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, not yet. All right, well, I guess we shouldn't look out for the $35 tablet from India in 2011. Thanks so much, Devin. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, see ya.